Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, the Manga Man here. So, I was rendering my solo leveling video. It's in the channel, provided it'll be fine. And I noticed that the translation had to come out. Now the translation isn't the best, so I'd imagine better ones will come out between now and the official release. But I understood enough of it, to do a review, so I'm doing a review. But I will check out the official release as always and include it at the end, at the beginning of next week. That being said, correction from last week, it wasn't hours, it was a few minutes. Difference between this and Novella's crew coming, do you want to clarify? Still a big thing considering it's high level demons. It does kind of adjust the scale a little bit. That being said, let's get into this review. So, the chapter. As always, links will be in the description below. Twitter, Instagram, subreddit. I always try to post the chapters on there because rules in other subreddits have been banned from a few, kicked out from another, and it's just easier. I put my stuff there, I put chapters there that I'll find, and it's just a nice little way for people to check them out. I've got 6 members, so feel free to check that out. It would help community. Anyway, and if you can follow me on Twitter, as soon as I post a video, I'm normally posting a link on there. That being said, let's get to this chapter. So, correction was mentioned in the introduction, so we won't go over that. Let's kind of talk about this chapter. This chapter itself is a flashback before a flashback, but part of the flashback is after the initial flashback. So part of this is Nacht's journey up until the point Morgan becomes a magic knight, and then part of this is after Morgan has become a magic knight. So because of that, just take that in timing wise into consideration, and you can understand the interaction with Yami. So beforehand, we know that Morgan is good. As in good natured, likes to help people, and he loves everyone loves him, and because of that, and Nacht being not like that, he's kind of shunned away and he's a bit different and this and that and the other. And as time goes on, when they get the grimoires, Nacht doesn't want to be a knight and Morgan does, and he goes off to become a knight. In this process, he finds out there's a person out there that's quite like him and wants to get to know him. And who does it turn out to be? Our good old chatty Yami, whose first lines are, do I know you? Do you want to fight? And they become best of buddies, and they have fun and being rebellious and doing enough to have fun, not enough to get into trouble, enough to get away. And that's why when you see that interaction from the other chapter, he says, are you still in that rebellious phase? Because ultimately, after them becoming friends, he then goes on to meet Julius and become a magic knight and be a magic knight in Zodia, who happens to also be the place where Morgan ends up. And basically Morgan kind of helps him deal with society as a whole, being a magic knight, because Yami's an outsider. And this is a gripe Nacht has with Yami, because he's always reminded of him, because Morgan's like, look, he can do it, why can't you? And it's because we find out later on that it was always Morgan's goal for the light and the shadow to help, the world, both sides of the coin, both sides of the spectrum, essentially, to help the world and be good and that sort of thing. And it essentially was an inferiority complex, because he felt like because Nacht was bad, he couldn't really be with his brother in a way. But anyway, so time's gone on. Nacht is 18 years old now. He's having a conversation with his parents, who basically revealed to him that these FAUST Nobles have basically been messing with devils and demons throughout the generation, and their true cause is basically Satanists and devil worshippers, which is fine if that's your thing in real life, but in this story, it's bad. And basically, they show him the process, and you can see that there's been a time period where Morgan's been a knight and he's basically been devil worshipping, but he's managed to control these 4 demons that he has now in a quick time. That's impressed his parents to the point where they're like, yeah, just have the highest level demon, let's not talk about middle level demons, let's just give you the highest one. His name is Lucifero. In the translation it comes out like Lucifago or something like that, and I'm assuming it's Lucifero because they said the highest level, and we've been told that it's Lucifero. And when it does happen and we get that clumping and he's released, he basically Lucifero, I'm assuming, starts killing everybody there, and he's like, Nacht's like, hey, you're killing everybody else. You meant to just do that with me. And we find out that basically his brother Morgan's there as well. He hasn't told the other Magic Knights because it's kind of like the family's dirty little secret, and he wanted to help them. His parents are killed in this attack by Lucifero, and he kind of tackles him down and takes off this bracelet for the ritual and kills himself in the process, because there's a give and take, you know. For every power you get, there's a consequence, and for saving a life, he had to lose his life, which is kind of bad. And you can kind of see why Nacht is how he is now. He's very resentful to the demons. He wants to kill them all. He hates evil because they took the one thing away from him that he didn't want to lose. Because it's weird, because you see him groveling and he's like, look, just take me, kill me instead. And, you know, there's like a whole panel about, what? You've been doing what you want all this time. Now you're asking for help. And you can see that he really cared for his brother, and he essentially thought his brother was too good, and he would like taint him by being around him. And then he dies. And then we go back to normal time, and you see that he's like, I'm going to break through my limits. I can't believe I'm saying this. And that's how the chapter ends. So you get to see why he is how he is. You get to see now why he's got that relationship with Yami, because he's known him for a while, both as a bad, naughty boy and a goody boy. And he's still bad, like naughty, rebellious and whatnot, and you see that come through. But he keeps that facade of his brother, and that's how he keeps his brother alive, by having the light and the shadow together. That being said, that's my chapter. Sad chapter, simple chapter, makes a lot of sense. Let's find out what happens next week. We know he's going to end up being a flag, so we'll get to that. But apparently there's an announcement, so check it out. As always, like, comment, share and subscribe. See you next time. Peace.